Now, our final speaker is Samuel Bernal from La Tricolor Radio 107.1.
Bueno, yes, I'm the guy who worked in that noisy radio station that you listen like 107.1, puros trancazos. Thank you. So, in this talk, you are going to learn the secrets to work any place you want, any place. My story starts with a love story. So if you have been in love, if you are one of those persons who cannot sleep at night sometimes because you're in love with that person, and if you have that feeling, you have like 50% of your success guaranteed, because love is like la gasolina, it's what drives you to do anything you want in the world. So when I was a teenager, before iTunes, before Pandora or YouTube or anything, we used to listen music in tapes, in cassettes. So anybody knows cassettes? Yeah, because you like retro, right? And sometimes I feel like I'm not that old, because when I ask people, they say, yeah, I know them because my grandfather used to listen to them. Like, oh, okay. So in those times, when you wanted the girl to love you, it was very common to record a love tape. Like a tape with a playlist with romantic songs. Oh, that was the best thing to do, because first you will think like the 10 top songs, love songs that you will dedicate to that person. And it was a ritual, to choose the songs and then to give her the tape. And she would say, oh, you gave me a tape, thank you so much. And then you were like, yeah, and you will listen to it and you will know what I feel for you, So in that time, I was a radio fan. I was already a radio fan. I used to dream with my open eyes listening to the radio. So when I did my first tape, of course, I wanted to record some story, like, hello, baby, like some, it had to have a voice or something to make it special. And so that's how I started. Every time I would record the tape, because I fell in love a lot of times. It didn't work very well, So every time I would fall in love, I would record the tape. And that was the best moment of my teenager time, because I will get inside the room, the time will fly, I wouldn't sleep or eat. I would just be inside the room, everything dark and with the lights of the sound system, the DJ thing and the microphone. And I could spend nights just writing the story and recording, because I was so excited that she was going to listen to that tape. So that's how, when that moment came, when you have to decide what you are going to be for the rest of your life, it's always a hard decision, because both of my parents were attorneys. So I knew that if I was going to be an attorney, I would have a good job for sure, because they had connections. But what I really liked was to record songs, and who was going to get a job with that? But I was what I really liked. So I decided to study journalism, because when you study journalism, you are a storyteller. You can tell a story in radio, newspaper, and TV, any media you want, because you know how to be a storyteller. So that was the career I chose. But there was no money for college. My family didn't have money to support me, and I was in Mexico. I was born in Mexico City, and I was living there, and there was no money, so I felt depressed, because I was going to be a loser without a career. What I'm going to do? When you are young, there are moments that you think that it's the end of the world if you don't get something, but that's wrong. So I got depressed for a while, and then one day I was like, okay, I will visit every single station of Mexico City every day, and there will be one day, and someone will hire me one day. So I went to visit the first radio station. You have to start with the big ones, the best station I went to visit, and I say like, I don't have any experience. I just love radio. Give me the chance. Doesn't matter if I have to clean the studio. I will do it for free, but give me the chance and you won't regret. And the manager was like, oh, everybody loved pre-workers, right? Like, yeah, come on, you can come next Monday. And so I started answering the phones in the studio for free. And I only had to write the songs that people would request. But I used to give more. I used to give like a full report where was the people calling from, what age they were, if they were male or female, all of that. And I would spend extra time in the studio because I love to be there. So they fall in love with me, and they were like, you are hired. After a month, I was hired, and then I was able to study journalism. And then one day, after I graduated, one of my friends came to work to Univision, Noticias Univision, Colorado, and she was my friend at school. That's a good tip. Be friends with, you know, the person next to you will be someone who one day will hire you or will be rich and will need a talented person like you. So be nice with your friends, no matter if it's the nerd of the class or whatever, you know. So one day this friend told me that she was going to move to the United States because she was going to be a producer for the new show, and I was bilingual. So she told me, like, do you want to come one day? I said, of course, give me if there's a chance, please let me know. So there came the chance, and I sent all my work that I have been doing in Mexico, in TV and radio, and I was hired. And you know that it's very lucky to be able to come to the United States from Mexico with a work visa and all the it's very hard, and it's very lucky when that happens. So what is to be lucky? To be lucky is when you have the skills and when you have the opportunity. When they cross, because there's a moment that they cross, then it's when people is called like, oh, you are lucky. It's not that you are lucky, it's that you got the skills and you got the opportunity. And so I've been working in Entravision for 13 years. It's a huge company that has Univision and Tricolor and a lot of radio stations and websites. I've been very happy. It's the funniest job in the world because you basically play music, you know, puros trancazos, and you inform the people, and you are a storyteller for your community. So I love my job. But no matter what kind of job you want, these are the tips, okay? First, you need to have a dream. So if you don't have a dream yet, don't worry. It can happen anytime, but look for it. So first you have to have a dream. Then the second thing, after you have a dream, think of the top 5 places where you would like to work on that dream. For example, if you like digital, maybe it's Netflix and Google or Facebook. So make a list of the 5 top places that you would like to work. It doesn't matter if you are not qualified or if it's a very high dream. It doesn't matter. Just have your top 5 places, and then the next step, every place you will go, you will make a plan. It's like a Mission Impossible, but it's funny because you have to know the owner or the CEO of that company, and you have to be face to face to that person. And you have to tell the best speech of your life in that moment. And you know what will happen? Well, maybe they will be like, yeah, whatever. But you will do it again and again and again with every person of those top 5 companies. And one day they will remember, they will be like, oh, here comes that guy who wants to, I know he wants to work. But then one day it will be like, you know, there is no one in the world that wants to work here more than you, so you are hired. It will happen. It doesn't matter if you start maybe cleaning or anything, but you will be there and you will conquer the people. So those are the steps you need to follow. Believe me, they work because all the companies get a lot of resumes all the time. Resumes. But it's very rare that you get someone in front of you telling you, this job is for me. So follow your heart always. Thank you.
Before you go, Samuel, I have a question for you. What is your favorite current song to play on the radio?
My favorite song in the radio?
Yes.
That's a hard question. There's a one banda song in the, I like a lot kind of music, but in the Tricolor, there's one song that says, La protagonista, na, 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 na. I like that banda song.
Alrighty, thank you. We'll check that out. Thank you, Samuel, and for keeping us informed.